Now the anterior compartment of the thigh, that is also known as extensor compartment. It is bounded laterally by the lateral intermuscular septum and medially by the medial intermuscular septum. The contents of the anterior compartment are muscles, which are quadriceps femoris, sartorius, tensor fascia lata, and articularis genu. Nerve, that is the femoral nerve, and artery, that is the femoral artery. Now muscles of the anterior compartment. Quadriceps femoris, it consists of four parts: rectus femoris, vastus lateralis, vastus medialis, and vastus intermedius. It is supplied by the femoral nerve. All the parts of the quadriceps femoris cross only one joint, that is the knee joint, except rectus femoris, which crosses the two joints, hip joint and knee joint. Now first we will discuss rectus femoris. It is a straight, long muscle with fusiform bipinnate belly in the upper two-third and the flat tendon in the lower one-third. Rectus means straight. It arises from the ilium by the two heads. Straight head arises from the upper part of the anterior inferior iliac spine, and the reflected head arises from a groove above the acetabulum. The two heads meet at an acute angle and form a fusiform belly which occupies the front of the thigh. In the lower one-third of the thigh, the muscle ends in a flat tendon which descends vertically downwards and inserts into the base of the patella. This muscle, it is supplied by posterior division of the femoral nerve. Now its actions are: it extends the knee and flexes the hip. It is also known as kicking muscle. Now the vastus lateralis. It takes a linear origin and aponeurotic origin from the upper part of intertrochanteric line, anterior and inferior borders of the greater trochanter, lateral lip of the gluteal tuberosity, and upper half of the lateral lip of linea aspera. It is inserted by a broad aponeurosis into the tendon of the rectus femoris, lateral part of the base of the patella, upper one-third of the lateral border of the patella. Nerve supply, it is supplied by the posterior division of the femoral nerve. Now actions, this vastus lateralis helps in the extension of the knee. Now vastus medialis, it covers the medial surface of the shaft of the femur. It takes a linear origin from the lower part of the intertrochanteric line, spiral line, medial lip of linea aspera, and upper two-thirds of the medial supracondylar line. It is inserted by a broad aponeurosis into the tendon of the rectus femoris, medial part of the base of the patella, and upper two-thirds of the medial border of the patella. It is supplied by the nerve to the vastus medialis, which is the thickest muscular branch, also from the posterior division of the femoral nerve. It extends the knee joint. Now, vastus intermedius. Vastus intermedius, it arises from the anterior and lateral aspects of the upper 3/4 of the shaft of femur. Insertion. Vastus intermedius inserts into the base of the patella deep to the tendon of the rectus femoris. It is also supplied by the posterior division of the femoral nerve. Action is same, that is the extension of the knee joint. Now, after reflecting this quadriceps femoris muscle, deep to the quadriceps femoris is another small muscle that is known as articularis genu. Articularis genu muscle consists of 3 or 4 muscular slips which are considered to be a detached part of vastus intermedius. Articularis genu arises from the anterior surface of the lower part of the shaft of femur. It is inserted into the upper part of the synovial membrane of the knee joint. It is supplied by a twig from the nerve to vastus intermedius. Now, what is the action of articularis genu? It pulls up the synovial membrane upwards to prevent its damage when the knee is extended. Now, another muscle is the sartorius. It is the longest muscle in the body which crosses the front of the thigh obliquely from the lateral to the medial side. It arises from the anterior superior iliac spine and upper half of the notch immediately below it. The muscle spirals obliquely across the thigh from lateral to medial side to reach the posterior aspect of the medial condyle of femur, where its tendon runs forwards to be inserted into the upper part of the medial surface of the shaft of tibia. The insertion of sartorius is inverted hockey stick type. It is supplied by the anterior division of the femoral nerve. So it is supplied by the anterior division of the femoral nerve. Now, what is the action of sartorius? It flexes both the hip and knee joints and adducts and rotates the thigh laterally to bring the lower limb into the sitting position of a tailor. That's why it is also known as tailor's muscle. Now, another muscle is the tensor fascia lata. Tensor fascia lata is a strong, thick muscle which lies at the junction of the gluteal region and the upper part of the front of the thigh. It arises from the outer lip of the iliac crest, extending from the anterior superior iliac spine to the tubercle of the iliac crest. The muscle passes downwards and slightly backwards and inserted into the iliotibial tract 3 to 5 centimeters below the level of the greater trochanter. It is supplied by the superior gluteal nerve. So this, you should remember this This is supplied by the superior gluteal nerve. Superior gluteal nerve is the nerve of the gluteal region. Now action is it abducts the hip joint and maintains the extended position of the knee joint through the iliotibial tract. Now why it is supplied by superior gluteal nerve? Because morphologically the tensor fascia lata is a muscle of gluteal region actually, which has migrated on the lateral aspect of the thigh during the course of evolution, but it retains its nerve supply. That is the superior gluteal nerve, which is a nerve of gluteal region. Huh? How next? You should thoroughly read the muscles of the front of the thigh along with the dissection of the muscles of the thigh, which I will upload. And next time we will continue with the femoral triangle. That is an important topic, and also the femoral artery, femoral nerve, and important topic, that's the adductor canal. Okay.